through the whole thing here. All right. We all usually go at this point when we hit the button, we go all hail Zuckerberg, and sometimes that helps get us on Zoom.
I'll let you do that part.
No, we just did it. We just did it. So we're actually on. Let's just make sure everything goes. Take that off, and then we're going to record this. And we're recording it. And we just want to make sure it comes up on Facebook before we actually officially start. I know you want to do it. There it is. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to It's the Liquor Talking right here. We're broadcasting out of Julio's Liquors in Westboro, Massachusetts. We have a really great tasting tonight. And so I sort of hijacked the whole thing and said, well, Francis Ford Coppola wine is like on fire. It really is. And Andrea Card was going to be here tonight to do the whole tasting in front of like 50 people here tonight. She's got a full packed room. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to steal her out. We're going to do an interview before the madness happens tonight. And I think you're doing like 6, 7 wines tonight, too. It's like crazy.
That's fun.
So is this your first time in Massachusetts?
No.
No? This is the best time, though?
Totally. Of course, because I didn't come here. So.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. You and I were just talking beforehand about the sort of celebrity type status that that winemakers and whiskey makers and stuff sort of has more of your time now been spent out promoting the winery and actually doing like appearances? I mean, let's face it, they're appearances. We're gonna taste the wines tonight. The wines actually, you've made great wines. They speak for themselves. I mean, but you're here doing promotion. How much time now of your year is spent just like jets? I'll use it because everybody's jet setting around the country. Talking.
Oh, I'm just everywhere. It has definitely evolved over time.
Okay.
So the longer I've been in my career, the more time I spend out and about.
Yeah.
And promoting wines and being able to talk about wines, which actually has made making wine that much more fun because you get so much more response from people who are selling it and people who are tasting it and people who are buying it. And that part is really awesome for me and my team. I bring back all that information and I'm like, people are loving this, people aren't loving this. Like, what else can we do? So
I thought you're almost doing like a mini survey, like when you're going out doing these things, getting feedback is probably the best thing you can do because, as anything, you sort of like you sit in your own world all day.
Correct.
Going, this is going to be great and people are going to love this. And then you put it out there and then
there's crickets.
Not so much because you got to give the people what they want. I mean, part of it is your job is to actually not make wine for you, but make wine for them.
And that's the hardest part sometimes, right? We want to be able to make wine that we love and that we enjoy and share that with our customers and our newfound people who want to buy our wines. But then we also have to realize, oh, wait, they live in a different part of the country. They have a different whole system of the way that their family works or whatever. And so, it's an interesting
dynamic.
Yeah. And it's cool.
Let me ask you a question then. When you decided to become a winemaker, was this on your resume to come out and do interviews and hobnob around the country?
No.
Doing all this stuff?
No. I mean, my intention was never even to become a winemaker.
Oh, well, that's even more. Well, where's your background? How did you become a winemaker then?
I went to college for aeronautical engineering.
Yep, that makes sense.
I thought I was going to be a pilot.
Yeah, we get you the headset.
I know, and I have one of these at home actually with my little flight book, so that's fun.
I was going to say, she doesn't have a plane, just a headset.
I know, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
And then I got a degree in agricultural business and decided when I finished school, like, hey, what am I going to do? I'll just go work a harvest and it'll be great. And I'll figure out what I want to be for the rest of my life. And I worked at that winery.
That was the in-between thing, right?
Yeah. And I worked at that winery for 16 years and became a winemaker and did all the things in between. And it was fascinating.
Oh, hold on. John, could you take that off the thing for me? Thank you. Well, and I think that's a lot of people. I was, just so you know, I was going to be an archaeologist.
Oh, I love it.
So
but we
here we are.
In the basement.
We are in the basement. So I guess I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
But it is one of those type of things that, a lot of people don't understand that winemaking, as you said, your agricultural business, they sort of like pull it away from the fact that it is farming.
Oh, totally.
You know, people
That's
don't
the
get
part I
that, I think.
loved. Yeah.
Right.
That's still the part that makes me the happiest about my job is being able to be like outside in nature and working with the plants and the people who grow them and being able to like show the expression of that fruit later on. So,
Yeah, and that's sort of like that's like your world, right?
yeah.
That's sort of where you thrive. That's where you sort of feel.
Yeah.
And everybody, like you said, we make it try to look and make it look good. You're jet setting around. Travel is like the worst. It really, really is. And people are like, "Oh, you always look like you're having a great time." Well,
I
I
mean,
am, but like,
right.
4 hours in a waiting for a storm to pass in a airport is not exactly the
Yeah.
glamorous lifestyle that you
But
thought about
if
it.
you're in the right airport, you
Well,
can get some good wine and you're good to go. So it's okay.
do you find traveling around, representing Francis Ford Coppola, though, do you find as you go, do you see that more people are actually drinking better wines out there? Because during COVID, we talked about like pantry fillers.
Right.
People were just buying because they were afraid we weren't going to be able to sell alcohol anymore. So
Right.
people were just buying wines, or like the knowledge base. I find that we see with customers is sort of evolved now. Like,
Yeah. I mean, we hope so,
right.
right? We
Well, that's
want,
why you're doing this, right?
yeah, we want people to learn something about it and be able to make like more informed decisions about what they potentially are buying and like not be afraid to try something new.
Okay.
Because I think people get stuck in a rut, right? And it's like, oh, I always buy this wine. I'm afraid to buy anything else. And, at that price point, you can probably afford to try like a bunch of different other
Right.
wines and eventually find the new one that you're looking for. But I like that. I like trying new things. And
Yeah. Why wouldn't
so,
you?
yeah.
But you also make new things too.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Yeah.
let's like enough. I'm getting thirsty.
Yeah.
So, let's start. I think we were going to
We're
start
gonna try
with
with Prosecco.
Prosecco. So,
Yeah.
explain a little bit about the Prosecco. Is like, do you,
Yeah. So
this is
it's
obviously,
Italy.
it's obviously made in Italy because it
Yep.
is Prosecco, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So a couple of years ago, we decided, hey, we need something sparkling and something amazing in our diamond collection.
Yeah.
And we were able to partner with a really great partner in Italy to help us make this Prosecco because it is made
I'm gonna
in.
do it this way. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'll just fill them here and I'll grab other glasses afterwards.
Thank you.
Made in Italy. I'm
Made
sorry.
in
I didn't mean to
Italy.
interrupt you.
And, really what we were looking for is something that is like crisp and clean and has a great persistent bubble to it, something that you would expect from a Prosecco. But also on the dry end of the Prosecco, you know,
Yeah, isn't
sugar,
that's sort
sugar
of
level.
one of those type of things that I don't think Prosecco has sort of put their arms around is like the levels of dryness. It just says Prosecco. I mean, France sort of designates stuff.
Right.
Other places sort of designate stuff. We really haven't got that. It's just Prosecco.
Prosecco tends to be on the sweeter
Right.
end, right? But there's still a range within that that's kind of an acceptable Prosecco sweetness. And so we're on the drier side, we like to think, because it really can be a great wine just by itself, but
Hmm.
also as a cocktail wine, right?
Right.
Like made into a cocktail or a Bellini or,
Yeah, but I think that's
mimosa.
what's important about what you just said. The
Yeah.
dry, because when you start, think of all the things that are made with a lot of prosecco, right?
Yeah.
They tend to can go too sweet. So making that sort of base product that it's going to turn, you're going to use to turn into something else, as the drier end, you sort of taking that sweet. It's not adding sweet on sweet,
Correct. Yeah.
so it becomes sickly sweet.
Right. And I don't love sweet. So this is, I think, a really great
Oh, that's
place
nice.
to start.
That's really
Um,
nice.
Really a nice, perfect thing to shove into an ice box. How old am I?
I don't know. That was pretty
Sorry.
good. I like the reference though. People are now looking up
So in the 1800s,
icebox.
sorry. So I love it super cold and on a nice spring day or even like during the doldrums of winter. Like I like
It's
drinking.
like drinking a little sunshine.
Yes, I like drinking bright, light
Yeah,
wines during the winter because it makes me feel happy. So, I mean, why not?
especially if you drink the whole thing. No, I don't mind.
Right, yeah, yeah.
But
It's
it's
low
really nice.
alcohol. It's fine.
Well, it actually has a really nice the bubbles are really tiny on this one.
Yeah.
And I find that I mean, I know you're using like method champenois, but I know but they vary too. Like like you were saying the dryness level sort of varies. I've had proseccos that, were like,
The bubble feels like it was injected.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And they're not saying that, but that's what it
Yeah.
feels like to me.
Yeah. I mean,
But this is really tiny and it's really you get that sort of the
the
creaminess.
mousse. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
creaminess that's going on with there. So that's really nice. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think for the price point, it's like over delivers of the quality and it's just like a fun, the package is fun. It's great for the like every holiday you can think of. Like the colors are fun. So thanks to marketing for helping us out on that because I definitely didn't have anything to do
You did all the
with that.
marketing too? All
Yeah,
right,
no,
that's great.
no, no. Yeah, so we have this beautiful Prosecco that we get to have as part of our portfolio, and we have little 187s as well, which those are super fun.
Hmm.
So if you feel like you can't drink an entire 750, which I don't know what's wrong with you, but I guess you can
That,
you can
as you say,
try.
that's a single
Um,
serving, is it not?
I thought
750? I thought
I
it
thought
was.
I thought it was too.
Yeah.
That's me. But occasionally you're like, oh, I have something I need to do, so a 187 will work. And those are really great for like the fun little get together that you're like, oh, we're drinking more than just champagne or sparkling.
You know where I like those that I don't think enough people use it those on is at like a bar or a restaurant.
Hmm.
Because the one thing is like we open up this and by the end of the night if this didn't go and somebody's trying it the last one of the night, it may lose some of that fizz. It
Yeah.
may like but if you just get the 187 in your glass with you, first of all, you're getting the same amount, the
Yeah.
amount that you're supposed to be getting. And two, it's going to open fresh
Yep.
and it's going to be, you
Yep.
can just use it. So
Yeah.
I like those
It's
smaller
fun.
size. They actually fit a purpose.
Yes, I think
So,
so. Yeah.
but like, again, if there's two people sharing it, I mean,
Oh,
is
this
there enough? No,
no,
probably
there's
not.
never
There's
enough.
not probably enough.
Not when it has bubbles in
All right.
it.
I'm going to ask you to give me one of
Yeah.
your glasses and I will do the honors of opening the Stelvin
Don't,
closure.
yeah, don't strain yourself when you go to open it.
Listen,
It's
we don't
perfect. I love it.
we don't talk about this enough.
Okay.
And this little closure, Stelvin closure, little twist off gets a bad rap.
It sure does.
And and
And
it
it's
shouldn't.
delightful.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what the fail rate of these caps
Oh,
is like minuscule.
yeah. Now it's like non-existent, I feel like. And I love the idea of especially like bright light whites being under this type of capsule. It keeps it fresh. It keeps it exactly how we intended it to be when we put it in the bottle.
Yep.
And we don't want this wine evolving into something else. So this is the perfect closure, I think. And it's perfect for like the picnic and all the other
If I
things.
forget my wine opener, I'm not,
You're not using
there's
a
a couple
fork.
different ways I know how to open a bottle
Yeah.
and some of them are ugly.
Yeah.
So
The
I like
fork
not, yeah.
sometimes is a challenge, and then
Have you used the shoe?
oh, I haven't used the
The shoe?
shoe.
No, the shoe. The shoe is a good one.
That sounds disgusting.
No,
It's
no,
like those flip flops. It's like
no.
those flip flops that had the little bottle opener on the bottom, and then
You don't have one of those?
you go in the porta potty, and then you open your beer with it. It's not good.
That's why you use the lime. Anyways, no, no. You actually put the bottle in the shoe, and you take the whole thing and smack it against the wall until it
shoots out.
shoots out. So there's a couple different ways.
But then isn't your shoe wet?
No, because it's the other end. It's the butt end. You take it and put your shoe in that
got
way.
it. Okay.
Or
Sorry.
the all famous hair straightener or curling iron
Oh.
around the neck.
Oh, heat it up.
Oh, yes, I'm already ready to
Watch out.
I'm already ready to knock stuff over. Now, this is a brand new wine from you
Yeah,
guys.
this is super fun. This, I don't know.
We
That
can,
way we can see it.
Yeah, we can sort of see it. I don't know if I
Um,
can switch some things around.
It's
but
okay. We'll be like,
okay, yeah. Look
this
at this.
is
This is well, we can just tell them the name.
Yeah, so this is called Shimmer. This
Shimmer.
is part of our diamond collection for Francis Coppola. And Shimmer is a 50-50 blend of Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Grigio.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like this really great idea of spring and summer. And again, I already
Wow.
told you that I like to drink these kinds of things in the wintertime, so please drink it in the winter as well, because why not? But I love Sauvignon Blanc. I love the bright crispness of it.
Yep.
And then the Pinot Grigio kind of helps to mellow it out a little bit. Sometimes people are like, oh, Sauvignon Blanc, it's too acidic. So I think this wine is a really fun addition to our
Well, it's got a
collection.
great. It's actually got a really nice nose to it too.
It does.
I almost get. It's like, um, I almost get like nectarine,
Mm,
right?
stone fruit. We
Stone
love
fruit.
the stone fruit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I like that. All
Yeah.
right, let me
So,
try it.
you
I'll
know,
tell you. Well,
you can
let me
tell us
drink it first.
your true feelings about it when you drink it. But
No, that's okay. So if you're looking for something with huge depth, this is not it. However,
yeah.
this is fun.
This is
This
like
is
the
a fun
patio
wine.
pounder,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
the nice
Patio, porch pounder.
or porch. I don't know. I live in California, you
We
know.
have a patio. Well,
Well,
it brings it
right.
up a little bit
I mean,
because
I
it's the
was in
time.
the ice
It's
box and now I'm
yeah.
on the
Look at you.
patio. I mean, come on.
Now this one.
Um,
What's the eight? What's the? This is still 11%. So
yeah,
I
so
think this would this. I thought it was just drinking this. I wouldn't have guessed 11%. I
you would
would have
have
been
thought more.
like yeah, no, about less.
Oh, okay.
I think it's really light and
It is
refreshing.
very light. Yeah.
And I would have thought like, what are we at like 9 or maybe 10? And no,
Yeah. No, it's
it's still yeah, it's
11%.
11%.
We actually pick some of the grapes early for this wine to keep it in that lower alcohol range of 11%, because we come from California and there's like abundant sunshine,
Yeah.
which turns into abundant alcohol. And so we actually pick some of the Sauvignon Blanc at a lower Brix or sugar
Okay.
level. So that way we can kind of control the alcohol.
You get a little of that like fresh green. It's
Yes.
like green.
And I like green. I
Yeah.
like that green. I think it's vibrant and fun and adds kind of another little layer to the wine.
Yeah, but the cool thing about this now too is you could basically have this with anything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
I just had a lobster roll for lunch. This would have been real good.
Welcome to New England.
I know. I do love me. Every time I come here, I have to have lobster rolls. And I'm like, well, this probably isn't on the diet, but I don't care. It's great. So it's fine.
Lobster roll
It's
is
outside of the
outside of the
diet.
diet.
I
Always.
agree.
If
I
you can
agree.
get lobster rolls,
Do it.
just do it.
Yes.
Just do it.
Yes. Yeah.
I like it when you get a lobster roll. Did you get the split bun? Did you
Yes.
get the real New
Yes.
England
Oh yeah,
style?
it
Okay,
was
well,
real.
that's good.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we've been that has been a debate,
Mm.
and I'm like, are you from New England? And they're like, yes, and it's the top split bun. Please stop. If it's anything but that, you're getting too fancy with lobster roll, and you're worried about the bread and not the lobster. And we should always be worried about the lobster.
Yes. No, there was abundant lobster as well, so it would have gone really lovely with this wine.
I like it when you have enough lobster that you actually need a fork too.
I needed a fork.
There you go. That's perfect.
I had a little salad on the side. I was like, oh, I can have lobster salad and lobster roll.
You know what's great? You know what goes great with lobster? Lobster. That's like bacon. You know what goes great with bacon? More bacon. This is good. I think this is going to go over pretty well.
I
When did you introduce this?
so this was just released last month.
Oh, okay. This is new,
So
new.
it's brand new.
Okay.
And for us, for the winemaking team, it's always fun to make something new
hmm
and to try something new and to see what happens. And this has had like a really great response so far. And everyone's been having a pretty extreme winter, I feel like. And for it to still be doing well when it's
Everybody's
extreme
waiting.
winter.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
everybody's waiting for this weather to break. In New England, it's going to break 4 times before we get the right stuff.
Well, we've had the same in California. It's
Yeah.
been a lot of rain, and then it was like 80 degrees last week, and then it rained again. So, we're gonna get out of it at some point, and we're gonna be drinking this, and the sun's gonna be shining. It's gonna be so great.
I like the way you think.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get kudos from me the way you're thinking right now.
All right.
I like that. I think this is going to go great. And by the way, I love the fact that we don't talk about this enough. I think in the United States, with wines, it's always it's got to be the varietal,
Mm-hmm.
and we put the varietal first. So it's got to say Cabernet Sauvignon, it's got to say Chardonnay, it's got to say Sauvignon Blanc, and you go over to France, and there's you have to ask what it makes
What it
up this
is.
wine.
Yeah.
Like what makes up this wine? I mean, everybody goes, "Oh, I love Bordeaux," and I'm like, okay, and
But
they go,
what?
"The Bordeaux grapes," and I go, "Well, okay, it's not the grapes aren't called Bordeaux. Bordeaux is a blend of different grapes
Right.
that, the five and stuff like that. You start talking about that and like, oh,
Yeah.
Chianti is not a Chianti grape.
Right.
I mean, it's made up of other grapes. So the tradition of actually making something better than the sum of its parts
Yes.
is I don't think explored enough or touted enough. I mean, we make Cabernet with enough Cabernet so we can call it
Call it Cabernet.
Cabernet
Yeah.
and not talk about the other wine that we
Right.
added that actually makes it taste great.
That makes it taste like Cabernet.
Right. I mean, that's so
Yeah.
weird, but we
Yeah.
do have that sort of weird
Yeah.
sort of aversion to something that could be a blend of things. Wow, look
Yes.
at that.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know.
That's a great lead in to the next wine.
Okay. Because this
Because
is
the next wine, yeah,
claret.
is claret.
Okay.
Yeah. So similar, like in the name that
Right.
it says shimmer, right? But on the label, there's a Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Grigio on there. But the first thing you see is shimmer. And then with claret, this was our first diamond wine, and it was called claret. And but now you see on the label it says Cabernet Sauvignon.
Hmm.
People didn't know what claret meant. People didn't understand what it was, and it was always a Cabernet based wine.
Yep.
And so we were like, okay, we'll just help people out and put Cabernet on
Did
that.
you have like his we see this across the board because everybody um different brands think I'm going to be more transparent
Mm.
and then somebody will come and go, "No, I want the original one." So there's several things like what's the one Irish mist. Let's just the Irish mist. It's always been honey flavored. That's what it was. But they decided to put honey on it, and I'll have arguments with people like, no, 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 I want the original one. Yes,
Oh,
this
that's
is the
funny. You're
original
like,
one.
it's the same.
It's the same. And like
Oh, that's interesting.
Calor, no, I want the one with tequila. No, it's always been rum. Yeah, but it's from Mexico. I know they use Mexican rum. I mean, it's rum. So I mean, putting that on the label all of a
Confuses
sudden
people.
confuses people, but
Yeah.
they're thinking that they're being more
Duped.
trans. Yeah, but the company's thinking
Oh,
they're
I
being
see.
more
Yes.
transparent.
Yes.
You're thinking the same thing. Oh, it's claret, but I'm going to put now it's because it is. I could technically call it a cab.
Correct. And
Cabernet
that's,
Sauvignon. So
yeah.
let's put it on there. Now people are like, no, no, no. I want the real one.
Yeah.
The
Can
one.
I have the claret? Or like,
Yes.
this is the claret.
And clarets. Talk about you went back to old words. You were talking
Yeah.
about the ice.
Maybe that's my problem.
Maybe that's the pricing. Claret was sort of a catch-all.
Yeah.
Bordeaux style.
Bordeaux
that
style.
wines.
Yeah. An English
for
term.
English term for it though.
Yeah.
They didn't use because God forbid that the English would want to use something that
Bordeaux.
the French use.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
if it's French, it's already wrong as far as the English is concerned. So he came up with this term claret. Now I
Yeah.
love the packaging on this. It screams old school.
Yeah, so this Francis, when he bought his first small cottage in wine country in
Yep.
the 70s, he found this in, well, a bottle that was very similar to this in his wine cellar, and it said claret on the label.
Right.
And it had a diamond, but it was shaped, it was flipped on its side, and he was like, I want to make that wine.
Okay.
And so hence it got the name claret.
Right.
And it was a Bordeaux kind of based wine.
Mhm.
And now we continue to use it to this day. And Francis, being who he is and loving all things as to the aesthetics of how things look and
Well, he is a filmmaker. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, really.
No,
let's get into it.
It makes
right?
sense.
Right.
And so, it has this gold netting, and the gold netting is fun, but I think people get a little nervous about the gold netting.
All right, show me how. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the other part about this is I love that it was part of the diamond collection, and those like the netting makes all
It makes
diamonds.
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 Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
But show me how I'm supposed to open this.
Yeah. So lots of people are like, it's a barrier to entry. They're scared. They're not sure what to do. And on the top, not that you're going to be able to see this, but on the top, there's
Yep.
a little rectangle almost. And this rectangle, basically, it just means you can slide this off one way or the other on the long side of the rectangle.
Okay.
So you just take the little guy,
Yep.
pull it off. Of course.
Oh, you're sure? You make
Of
it look
course,
easy.
it doesn't. Yeah. Oh, there we go. It wanted to go the other
It
way,
wanted to go-
apparently,
well,
which is fine.
that's
You
fine.
got to let it tell you. So then you just pull the net down here
Yep.
and you twist.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And you just push it back up into the punt and it continues to have its
Now
little
it's around the
outfit
neck.
on. Yeah.
Oh,
And so now you can just open it like normal.
I've been doing that way wrong.
Well, but this is the story of our lives,
Right,
right?
right,
People just cut it off because they're
right.
like, I don't know
I
what
don't
I'm
want to mess
supposed
with
to
this
do.
thing.
And then you got wire hanging
Yeah,
out, So that's how you
that's
do it.
amazing.
So
Okay, now that you've did that, so
so now you have to
great.
open
Now
it.
I have
Thank
to
you.
open the wine.
I
Thank you
know.
very much.
I know. I made you do this. See, I'm the winemaker. I'm not the wine opener.
Yeah.
I'm not the wine pourer. I'm not very good at pouring. I've realized
No?
I could never work in like a tasting room
Why don't you
or
give me
like
two glasses and
or
I'll
like
try this.
tonight, I would never be able to be the one who like actually poured the wines because there'd be like a little dribble on everyone's little mat. And
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to like sort of not to dribble the wine. So
I mean, everyone has their
listen,
little
I can open up a
twist.
bottle like that. So I mean, I'll
Oh,
take
good.
that anyways,
Yeah,
right?
I like that.
So if
I
I
mean,
spill, I'll just spill on myself.
yeah,
There's my
totally fine.
twist. There you
Oh,
go.
see, you did it. It's
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
It's almost like I've drunk some wine before.
Yeah, so this is our claret. It's a Cabernet based wine, and we like,
Color on that's beautiful.
yeah, we like to use different things every vintage to be able to blend it to keep it very consistent. So we want like a customer to be able to come into Julio's and be like,
Right.
"Hey, I had that one last time, but I don't know, is it this going to be the same?" Yeah, it's going to be the same, even if the vintage is different.
Okay, but
So,
if you're the winemaker doing
yep,
this, right?
yep,
And I don't think people understand that.
yeah.
Like your job is to make this taste the same
And it's not
every
easy.
single time, right?
It's not
Because
easy.
you got changes. So I'm assuming that no vintage really is the same ratios of
Correct.
wines of the
Correct.
wines you use.
Yeah, there's no recipe because if you have a recipe,
Right.
it's not going to taste the same, which sounds weird because
No.
in cooking, if you have the same
Right.
recipe, it should taste the same. But this is dependent on the vintage and what that vintage gave you. So if it's abundant sunshine that year, it's going to be different than the following year that was cooler and cloudier. And so we use different varietals to actually like beef up the wine or tone it down a little
Okay.
and give it all the different layers and spices and fruits that we're looking for. So,
Typically, what does this contain besides Cabernet Sauvignon?
so this has Merlot,
Okay.
a little Petit Syrah. We love us some Petit Syrah. It helps with the color as
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
Um, and then in the past, we've used varietals like Sagallon that no one's ever heard of before. It was just like a deep, dark undertone that kind of helps balance the wine. We've used things like Tempranillo, Tannat, and it just even like a 0.5% helps us to kind of balance things out
Well,
over the
that
years.
goes to the point that you actually have all these wines sort of made.
Yeah. Yeah,
It,
so
it,
we try to have like an abundance of some different varietals for blending
yeah,
purposes.
right.
And it makes our job way more fun to be able to have something new and different. Hey, why don't you try this? Great, we'll try it. And if it doesn't work, well, we'll put it in something else.
Well, right. You can put it in something else, but when you have something like at this point, this is sort of an iconic wine now. I mean,
Yeah.
this has been around for how long?
Um, I don't know. Before my time.
Before your time. Is that also is that also difficult to basically, keep consistency of a wine that you didn't create?
Sometimes it is, but for us, we hope that there is like a consistent thread, but yet that the quality over time actually increases. So, yes, it tastes similar, but maybe you're getting it to be even better.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with starting with something kind of as a starting point and knowing that, oh, maybe we can tweak this and we can make it even better than it was. So, if you had a claret 10 years ago and you come back and you try it again, you're like, dang, that is better than I remember it.
Which is
Good.
not a bad thing,
Yeah, that's what
right?
I want to have happen.
You know
So,
what strikes me about this? You have some really good tannins in this, from start to finish. This is a very well balanced wine, and I
yeah.
don't think people understand that enough. Well, about balance. We live in a society today, of especially in the drinks world, where we're always going for the extremes, whether that's how much hops we can get into our beer, to how much peat we can put into whiskey. But we're always trying to
Or how
like
much tannin you
how
can
much
have in your wine.
how much tannin.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're always going for these type of extremes. But the problem is over time, the one you usually come back to, the one you drink all the time, you will find is the most balanced of whatever you're drinking.
Yeah.
You know, Johnny on the spot who makes like our cocktails. He's very good at balancing a cocktail.
Nice.
And that's why when you say like, man, this is really good. And why? Because it's balanced. There's no weird sort of off the chart taste here or there. It's solid.
Yeah.
And it's going to taste the same time and time again. This is a really good wine. It's got enough acidity in it. It's got the tannins in it. It's got a lot of grapefruit, a lot of red fruit, even
Yep.
black fruit in there too. That this you could drink that you could have this from pizza to steak.
Yeah, and like as a cocktail wine too,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
it does have that good balance that you're not like, oh my gosh, I have to eat something because the tannin is so over the top. And yeah, this wine is meant to be like your table wine,
Mhm.
right? Like
Yeah, but I think it's
that's
a little more elevated than just table wine.
well, I mean, when I think
You're
of
not
my
going to disagree with me on that one. I know
no,
you're not.
no,
But you shouldn't
but
because it
it's
is.
like it's a great everyday Cabernet that
Yeah,
I think people sometimes forget about,
right.
and they should come back and
Because you
try
didn't
it.
put Cabernet on it, you put Claret.
I know.
But that, I mean, but
We're
that,
just doing it to confuse people.
yeah, well, that's okay.
We're just
And
trying to keep people like thinking and, keeping their mind flexible.
I have to say though, it is sort of one of those wines where we talk about like shelf gems. It's the
Mm.
secret wine. Like if you know, you know.
Oh, I love shelf gem. I'm gonna
Yeah,
use this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're a diamond, so there you go, right?
Right. Yeah.
But it's one of those type of things that it's always available. It's always on the shelf.
Yep.
It's never hard to get,
Correct.
but it's multi-purpose and is punching above its grade,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So those are like that's like goals.
Yeah.
That's what a lot
Yeah.
of wines strive to be,
Yeah.
and I think this one hits it.
And as long as people understand how to open it,
Yes. Well,
then
now that you've
that's
showed them,
that's the best part though,
that's it.
right? I mean, it's like all of a sudden people are like, "Oh, that one with the gold net," right? You don't even
Right.
have to remember the name.
That's right.
It's
Oh,
like
and
the
trust
black and
me, they
gold.
don't.
Yeah,
And
well,
and
I
it, and
get
it
that.
is like that. Oh, the one with the gold net, and we go, oh, okay, we know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have people that come in and go like, there was this wine, it was phenomenal, and I'm like, okay, can you give me a hint? Was it red
Yeah.
or white? And they go, I really don't remember if it was red or
Oh,
white. I
oh
go,
man.
oh, you applied to the one bottle, one person theory.
That's awesome.
So, anything you can give us in retail or
Right.
to help us find your wine
Right.
is great. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for coming in early. We got a lot of people that are going to have. I mean, you're doing like six wines tonight. Yeah, eight
Eight
wines, eight
wines.
wines
Oh
tonight.
my gosh, you're never gonna get rid of me.
We do close at night. No, but you got eight
Well, people
wines.
can stay later. We can have like a little party. It looks like that's a bar.
Sure,
I'm
yeah. Oh,
fine.
yeah. You'll be
Set.
okay.
Yeah.
But I think if people haven't seen you or give one of these presentations or go through the tasting, this is just a taste of the tasting that we
Yes.
just did
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
They're in for a real treat, and I want to thank you very, very
Yeah.
much for coming in a little early and doing
Thank
this for
you.
us.
This is super
So,
fun. I
okay,
like the basement here.
you like it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is okay. So, like you call it Claret, we call this the Metro Station.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
called the
like I
Metro
might be
Station.
going on the subway
Yeah,
or
and we
something.
call it the
So,
lower level.
oh, I
See,
like it.
it's not the basement because
Oh,
that's where
sorry.
that's where
That's
you
where you
live
were
at
looking at your
home.
rocks,
That's right. That's
the archaeology.
archaeology rocks. Thank you, thank you, Andrew Card, the winemaker extraordinaire from Francis Ford Coppola's Wines. Thank you so much for coming in
Yeah,
and
thank you.
and doing this for us.
Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. All right, everybody, we'll see you later. We'll stop the recording first, and then we'll stop it. And we'll get off Facebook.